Okay, it's me again, and I'm still sitting here in the classroom, but I did have a little bit of chocolate, so that was good. By the way, my favorite kind of chocolate looks like this. It's really good. The red stripe, 71%. It's pretty good stuff. Anyway, let's do these math problems here. This is quiz A now for the practice quiz. Our function is x squared plus 2x minus 8. So A is 1, B is 2, C is negative 8. Always important to get those things identified first. We're going to find the vertex. So I did some of that work down here. I started it anyway. Negative b over 2a, that gives me the x coordinate of the vertex. It also gives me the axis of symmetry. But anyway, let's put it in here. 2, so b is 2 and a is 1, 2 and 1. And I put that in here, b over 2a, negative 2 over 2 times 1. That is negative 1. To find the y coordinate, all I do is replace x in the function with this y number. I'm sorry, with this x value. So negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 8. All right, well, let's see, let's work this out. This is positive 1, and this is minus 2 minus 8. 1 minus 2 minus 8 is negative 9. So over here on the graph now, I know that the vertex coordinates are negative 1, negative 9. Okay, so there's negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right there. That's my, sorry, there you go. So there's the vertex right there on the thing. I'm going to put the coordinates right here, negative 1, negative 9. All right. Y-intercept is always very easy to get in standard form like this. So it's just negative 8. So I'll just go ahead and write that. 0, negative 8. And I am pretty sure that this also factors. So let's factor this thing. X squared minus, plus 2x minus 8. All right. I'm going to factor that. And that is going to be, let's see, two numbers that multiply to negative 8, but add up to positive 2. I believe that's going to be a 4 and a negative 2. That's the factorization of that. So that means my x-intercepts are going to be negative 4 and positive 2. So let's write that in here. So x-intercepts, negative 4, 0, and positive 2, 0. And let's mark those on the graph also. All right, so negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there, and then positive 2 right here. So we already figured out where the vertex is right here. That means the line of symmetry is right here, all right? And we have the y-intercept at negative 8. Well, that's right there. All right, and I can reflect this point across the line of symmetry to give me another point. So the parabola is kind of going through those points right there on both sides, and it goes up to go through these two x-intercepts. And you know, once you get the vertex, the y-intercept, and a couple of x-intercepts, that's really all you need to make a pretty decent sketch of the parabola. Okay, so let's get the rest of this stuff in here, and that was all the hard stuff. Axis of symmetry, we already got that at negative 1, right? X equals negative 1. What am I doing? Yeah, there it is, sorry. There's the y-axis right here, and so negative 1. Okay, good. I thought I made a mistake there for a second. This one opens up, just like the other one did, and we're done with this problem, all right? So make sure that you know, or have handy, this negative b over 2a method for finding the coordinates of the vertex. All right, we got some other problems here to do. We've got a quadratic equation to solve, and I'm pretty sure that this one factors, because I know two numbers that multiply to 48 are 6 and 8. So I'm going to factor this, x plus 8 times x minus 6. All right? And if you think it's easy, holding the camera and writing with the other hand, well, it's not, okay? So I'm trying to do this. So I got x equals 8 and x equals negative 8, and x equals positive 6. And there's my solutions. Factorizing is a really good way to solve if possible, but they're not always possible. And then sometimes maybe this even is possible. I don't know, but it looks pretty scary to even try. So I'm just going to use the quadratic formula on this one. All right? So, all right, I'll have to zoom out a little bit there, okay? I hope you guys can see this. I'll zoom in later. All right? So I'm going to say there is A is 4. Here I can zoom in a little. There we go. All right? So A is 4, B is 7, and C is negative 15. And if I put that into the quadratic formula, I'm going to get x equals negative b, so that's negative 7. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's 7 squared, negative 7 squared, excuse me, minus 4 times a, which is a 4, times c, which is negative 15, all divided by 2 times a, which is 2 times 4. All right, so there it is, all just kind of plugged in to the quadratic formula, not trying to do any shortcuts. Now we'll work on some of the numbers. So negative 7, still out there by itself. Then I got to figure out all this jazz inside here. That's 49, okay? It's 49, make a little note of that. Minus 4 times 4. 4 times 15 is 60, and then 4 times 60 is 240. So this is 240, and it's minus negative, so that's plus 240. So 49 plus 240 is 289, all right? And that's all divided by 2 times a, which is 8. All right, now I don't know if you know this or not, but square root of 289 is a perfect square. It equals 17. So this is negative 7 plus or minus 17 over 8. All right, so now we come out here and we get the other, we get both solutions. All right, so that'll be negative 7 plus 17 over 8, which is negative 7 plus 17 is 10. 10 over 8 is 5/4, so 5 over 4. That's one of my two solutions, all right? And then the other one is going to be negative 7 minus 17 over 8, and negative 7 minus 17, sorry, there we go. Negative 7 minus 17 is negative 24, and negative 24 over 8 is negative 3. So there's the two solutions to that equation, negative 3 and 5/4. All right, last problem, and we've done a bunch of quadratic formula stuff already, so I'm just going to go for the factorization of this. This one also factorizes. X minus 5 times x minus 1 equals 0. All right, and remember, the diamond problem works pretty well when the a value is 1. Okay, that works fine. The diamond problem works there. That would not work to factorize this thing. We could have factored this. This does factorize, okay, nicely, because, but that would be hard to do, okay? So it's good to have that backup plan of the quadratic formula. So here we go. Let's see, I put the 5 on top and the negative 6 on the bottom, and that means the two numbers that multiply to positive 5 and add to negative 6 are negative 5 and negative 1, okay? And that means those are my factors, and that means that x equals 5 and x equals 1. There's my two solutions, all right? So I've solved all three of those, all right? And let's go ahead and get the y and x intercepts and write the equation of this. This is pretty easy to do. Again, I apologize for the poor quality on the printing, but that's positive 5, and that's negative 1, and that's negative 5 for the y-intercept. All right, so we can just write that as y equals, sorry, here we go, get it on the screen. I'm sorry this is so wobbly. Trying to do this with my phone, it's a little tricky. X plus 1, and I can't keep the paper steady and write at the same time, so it's moving around. X minus 5, all right? And that is going to equal x squared, minus 4x minus 5. So either one of those equations will work. Okay? All right, I'm done with this video. I hope it was helpful. I'll post just a photograph of all the worked out solutions on Neo as well, in case my video was too confusing. Bye-bye, good luck, study well, and let's do some math. Bye.